Mr. STICKERMANIA, I think we're live. Our new live stream. Wednesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, March 6th. The highlight of this live stream is going to be open this package from Perry Cox of a near mint condition Beatles headphones made by Koss in 1964. In the box with the instructions and the warranty card. We'll do that in a little bit. Let me get a few more people on here.
Do you like it?
We're also gonna open this Beatles promo kit for Anthology that came out in 1996. They sent this to retail stores. It's the binder and the video and the whole kit, but this is the first time I've had it in the original shipping box. So also going to open up one more Beatles Mono 2014. Might as well do that right now. Box set in the shipping box. Since 2000, probably 2016, 17, I've sold about 35 of these boxes. The demand for these 2014 mono box set pressed in Germany never goes away. I don't know if they'll ever press them again or not. There's a lot of stuff. Here we go. You've seen this before. Got the original labels from Germany and sent out in 2014. The way it was shipped from Germany. Beatles and mono. They were never factory sealed. This is the way they came. Got a perfect slipcase. You got to turn them upside down to open it. Yes, I got my gloves on. Vinyl Richie called me Glove Man. It's okay for Andrew from Polygram Auctions to wear them and Mike from the In Groove, but he thinks I'm not entitled to wear them, I guess. That's the way you want to see it. Brand new with the foam and the silica packets that were shipped with them, and everything. The book is still sealed and the mono masters are sealed. And all the other albums are in resealable bags. Sgt. Pepper, Andrew says this is the best mono pressing that exists in the world from 2014. Andrew also said, which was weird, he ranked all the Sgt. Peppers. Of course, Nimbus Supercut and Audiophile were 1 and 2, but he ranked this as number 3. The very first pressing of CD from 1987 that was made in West Germany. Compact disc made in West Germany. It says it's made from the master tapes and it's a real audiophile sounding CD. He says this is better than the MoFi and the first press UK stereo vinyl pressings from 1967. All right, let's put this away.
Slipcase.
Upside down. case upside down. That's the front.
Leave the box.
Was the Beatles and mono? That's the way it was shown, right like that. All right, put it back over here.
I want to set on that.
All right, some new things I got in this week. You saw me open the record player last time. It plays with a hum, so I'm gonna have to have it restored. Next week I'm gonna try to do a Rachel Ghost interview next Wednesday. Not sure of the date. 2 o'clock in Eastern Standard Time in the afternoon. Let's see, March 6th, so it would be the 13th. Is that right? 7 days, 6, 13, March 13th, I'm going to try to do an interview on Rachel's Ghost channel. My 4th interview with Rachel. She gave me a shout out today. I think she wanted to give me a wrench, wanted me to come up on the stream, but she's got all those characters up there, 6 or 8 people, and I'd rather just do the interviews one-on-one or with Harry like last time. She did ask, somebody asked, what was their favorite Oasis song? And my best favorite song is Don't Look Back in Anger. That's as close as they ever got to making a classic like the Beatles hits. Don't look back in anger. What a great song. In the video, Noel Gallagher even looks like John Lennon with his glasses and his haircut and his special Rickenbacker guitar. All right, let's put this away. This is about the 6th Beatles record player I've had in my lifetime. This is pretty nice shape. No questions so far?
No, yet.
This is the Nimbus Supercut stereo pressing from 1984 that I opened on the last stream. I owned it for all about 5 days. It's going back to the seller that I bought it from. He gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. So I'm getting a full refund plus some extra, a little bit of profit. It was a seller's remorse. But part of the deal is I don't play it. Just professionally package it, ship it back to him. So I wonder if I'll ever have another Nimbus Supercut in my lifetime. One more time, look at it. The indentation on the label, and it says Nimbus England, and the dead wax on both sides. I was the 3rd owner of this record, and nobody has played it.
Mark Noel said, "What's up, Frankie and Sticker Girl?"
All right, Sticker granddaughter. Forgot to introduce her. Sorry about that, Sticker granddaughter. Sticker Kid will be back for Saturday's next Saturday's live stream.
Period.
Hmm?
Period, my buddy.
Your buddy. All right, put that over there out of the way when it sits upright. A few other things. You see my McCartney 2022 vinyl box set. It's up for sale on my STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store. That's how you can get a hold of me through our Yahoo, through our YouTube account. Mr_StickerMania@yahoo.com. Somebody wanted to sell me, was a yellow submarine alarm clock in the original box from 1968, but I would rather have these Koss headphones. What other things just came in recently? Got this Let It Be. First time I've ever had the Let It Be video that's still in the shrink with the watermarks from Magnetic Video still on the shrink. See that all the way down there and on the side. If you took the shrink off, this would all disappear. The Beatles movie that disappeared in 1981, 82, and never has been officially released again. May never get released again. Maybe the estate of George Harrison is voted against it. Got some Rolling Stones albums in today. First, I got a March 1965 Rolling Stones Now mono from the United States. And it has a hype sticker that's affixed to the cover featuring Heart of Stone and Little Red Rooster. They were afraid to release Little Red Rooster in the United States, but it was a huge hit in England. England, I guess, understood a little bit more Little Red Rooster. I don't know if they thought it was too bluesy for the United States or what, but they didn't release it in the United States. The mono record and the original inner sleeve got that red maroon label. Excellent, hardly played condition from 1965. Also got this late 1965 December of December's Children. It's a mono also, still in the shrink. Get out of here. With the hype sticker for their second big hit, #1 hit, Get Off My Cloud. Beautiful shape. Also got the original inner sleeve and the maroon mono record in excellent condition. So those are two pretty good scores today. Rolling Stones albums, original monos. Mono is the way you want to get the early Rolling Stones albums because that's a fake stereo on the stereo pressings.
Mark Noel said the alarm clock would make a nice apartment warming present. Value market mark here.
The what?
He said the alarm clock would make a nice apartment warming present, and he said value market mark here.
All right.
Guess he's talking about the alarm clock you were gonna buy.
Why did you bring up value market?
He said, I think that you know him from value market.
Oh,
His
gotcha.
name's Mark.
The guy that did the floor tonight?
No.
Oh, I know who it is. The tall guy. Okay. How you doing, Mark? Thanks for checking in on us.
Brad Parnell said, where did you get all those crazy new sodas at the store?
I don't know. My boss put a whole Inca vintage soda, and they're $1.99, but there's a lot of good flavors. They're selling pretty good.
We're almost in. Nenox111 said it's raining here in SoCal. How about you?
Southern California, we had very little rain today. I feel sorry for you in California. It seems like the environment has changed and you just get hammered almost every other week. It seems like here in Louisville we almost have hardly any winter and We have one of the best climates of anywhere in the United States, I think.
That winter was cold, but it don't rain. It hasn't rained except like lately.
Rolling Stones. A few more Rolling Stones we'll talk about. Then we'll get into the big unboxing. Talk about mono. Got this original mono from the UK. Their Santanic Majestics Request. Has a green label with the FFRR on the full frequency range recording. Haven't listened to it yet, but probably like Pepper. Like Lennon said, you haven't heard Pepper till you heard it in mono. And this Psychedelic Stones album might be the same thing.
What?
That 3D cover, pretty nice there from England. You don't see any of the glue marks too much like you do in the United States on that laminated sleeve. Psychedelic. Look at that psychedelic inner sleeve. Don't know what that means, but it was pretty bizarre at the time. We got a Germany first press sticky fingers with a different zipper. And it's got sticky fingers on the front cover where the United States doesn't have that. So you can see how the front cover is a lot different. But it's the most important thing, it's got the TML in the dead wax. It's a B3, that's side 2. So it's a A2 B3 in the dead wax, and it has TML, which means Doug Sachs cut this pressing from the master tapes, and he did a much better job than what they did in the United States. Michael Fremer says this is the best sounding pressing of sticky fingers that exist in the world. Michael Fremer knows. He's heard them all. He even told Chad Cassim when he saw Chad Cassim's vault, he says, "You have one of those in your vault," and Chad didn't even know it.
What?
One more Rolling Stones. I just got this factory sealed from 1978 with the band cover with the faces of the women that didn't give permission. Lucille Ball and Farrah Fawcett, Raquel Welch, Judy Garland. 4 square corners, completely sealed with the hype sticker and the record store stickers on it. It was sold at the Record Shop, 1978.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Everybody like, subscribe, and hit the notification link down below.
Thanks. You said that last week. We got a few new subscribers. We're up to 1,265 subscribers last time I checked.
Yay.
I think we're done with the Rolling Stones this time. Do some Led Zeppelin, then we're going to get into this unboxing. You saw my in-store department record. Haven't sold this yet. $499 on my eBay store. I sold one of them a few months ago. This is the second one I've had. Promo for first time anybody heard the first Led Zeppelin album. Side 1 was Dusty Springfield, Dusty in Memphis, and side 2 was excerpts from Led Zeppelin, the first album. It has 5 songs on there, and a DJ introduces each song. So it had to be pretty bizarre to be in a Kmart or a Woolworths, and all of a sudden you heard Led Zeppelin over the intercom.
Brad Parnell said Dusty in Memphis was awesome.
Good album. Got two good albums there on both sides, promoting at the same time. There's Led Zeppelin's first album in the shrink. Was a price tag of $3.99. Came out in early 1969. But they didn't. When the Beatles broke up and Abbey Road came out in late September 1969, 3 weeks later, Led Zeppelin 2 came out, and there was no turning back. Led Zeppelin took over the kingship of rock from the Beatles. One more Led Zeppelin. You got a question?
KRWD said hard to believe $3.99 for that album today is worth 100 times that.
I got it up for sale for $150.
Well, then it's only.
Wait till you see how much my headphones. These were $24.95 in 1964. You can imagine what they're worth now. All right, we got the Led Zeppelin program. I only had this the second time I ever had it. From 1969, the Fillmore East in New York City. Bill Graham presents in New York, Fillmore East. And this was for the weekend of May 30th, 1969, when Led Zeppelin finally became the opening band, or the main band in the concert. There they are, Led Zeppelin. Look at how young Robert Plant looks with that funky hairdo. Jimmy Plant, John Paul Jones, and John Bonham. The last page, they advertised Led Zeppelin's first album. 1969 had to be a crazy year for Led Zeppelin. It's amazing that Led Zeppelin 2 album even came out. Must have been recorded all over the world, a little at a time. So this is, didn't show the ticket stubs. I got both ticket stubs. They did 2 shows that day on May 30th. There was an 8 o'clock show. That's what this one is. And there was an 11:30 show. And these are both from the same day. Led Zeppelin did 2 shows that day at the Fillmore East. One's an orchestra ticket for $4, and one's a first balcony ticket for $4. You imagine seeing Led Zeppelin for $4 up close.
Brad Parnell said, my brother had that Zeppelin album with the wheel that spun around. I used to play with it as a kid.
Led Zeppelin 3. All right, we're into Beatles. Let's open this up. We got at least some people watching. This is from Perry Cox. In his 45 years of dealing and buying and selling the Beatles memorabilia, he says this is the best condition one he's ever seen. Beatles headphones from 1964.
Dun, dun, dun. Let's see.
Carefully open it up.
Oh my gosh.
And there they are. A sight to be seen. Only time I've ever said Jeff Augsburger's had this at Chicago in his big Beatles memorabilia collection, but I think this one possibly could be in better shape than his.
They work.
Carefully with tape. Perry's got a little note there. Put the cutter away.
Did it say beat?
It's called Beatles Phones.
The E's further up. That's why you can't see the E.
There's no S. Made by Koss Electronics in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Perry says most of them, they would write a little note on here, mono, because these were mono headphones. He said it's pretty rare to have one of these boxes where there's nothing written on it. The stores would write mono so people that had an expensive stereo wouldn't get upset about it. Here we go. It's packaged in the original plastic bag from 1964. It's got the original insert. Use the Beatles' own listening system. You got John, George, Ringo, and Paul McCartney there on there. These sold for $24.95 in 1964. In the 1988, hand me that one price memorial, that price guide, the one to the left. Yeah. This is a price guide by Jeff Osberger, Marty Eck, and Rick Rand for 1988. And they show these headphones being worth $1,000 in near mint condition. That was 1988. Pretty rare, worth a lot more than that now. Put that down. I won this in an auction with Perry Cox at the last second for $4,200.
Whoa.
There's the warranty. The original warranty card. Got the original cardboard inserts in the box. How the headphones set down in there. And here we go, out of the original bag. Beatles phones. They got stickers for John and George on one ear, and Ringo and Paul and Ringo on the other. Paul and Ringo always seem to be attached. They were, I guess, the most popular Beatles in the United States when they came over, and that's so they put them together. Like the Soaky dolls, they only made a Paul and a Ringo. Look at that. And Perry says they do work. You won't find a nicer pair of Beatle headphones from 1964 than those.
There's a few comments.
Okay, go ahead.
Brad Parnell said old school beats, LOL.
This?
Yeah.
Old school beat.
And then KRWD said, plus you can tell by the number of bands on the plug. One is mono, two is stereo. And then he said, holy cow, when you open that.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. And then Daniel Castillo said, good thing those headphones were not made in China like today's headphones.
Yep, that's true. That's back in the days when they made things in the United States.
Brad Parnell said the inflation calculator says $24.95 in 1964 would be $24.80.23 today.
2,400.
He's saying $248.23.
Oh, he's saying $248.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't think I'm going to sell this for $248.
And then KRWD, it's amazing the glue has held on so long.
The
The
glue?
pictures.
Oh, on the little pictures, yeah. Yep, this is a museum piece of memorabilia. The little stickers there on the side. That is pretty impressive. The day after I won this in the auction, I got a comment from a big Beatles collector. He's saying, Frank, you're getting all the best stuff. You're making it tough on us Beatle collectors or serious Beatle collectors. And I'm thinking to myself,
Give it to me while you talk. I'll fix it.
you gotta make sure it doesn't
Yeah, let me have it. I'll
Was
fix
it
it.
something about
Yeah,
here?
give it
Oh,
here.
I know what it is.
Oh my god. That's what I'm saying. Give it here. I'll fix it while you do that.
Anyway, he said, anyway, I was getting all the big stuff, and I said, I know, but I said, there's certain things I go after every week, and that was the Holy Grail of the week. Because I've only seen that a couple times in my lifetime, and they're usually pretty worn. I should have shown all the sides of the box, but
What's your holy grail?
got a little bit of wear, but not very much. The front looks perfect there on the top, and that looks just a little bit of wear there. Near mint box. There's the box.
Brad one.
Box that came in.
Brad Parnell said not too many teens could have afforded that in 1964.
That's true. $24.95 would have been a lot of money to a teen back then. It's like my dad when he went the day before when we saw the Osmond brothers at the Indiana State Fair on September 4th, 1964. And the Beatles played 2 shows at the Indiana State Fair, one in the Coliseum and one in the grandstands. My dad was there at the fairgrounds that day, and he was kind of curious to go see the Beatles, but he said because it was sold out at the Coliseum, they were scalping $5 tickets for $100 outside the gates. $100 in 1964, I guess it'd be $1,000 now.
What?
But there's groups that charge $1,000 now. What, Bruce Springsteen and I'm sure the Rolling Stones up close, Paul McCartney.
Nenox111 asked, is there a story behind Sticky Fingers?
Sticky Fingers. What's the story behind Sticky Fingers? It's an Andy Warhol cover. It's got a different zipper than the United States. Got the small zipper in the United States that did havoc on the back of the cover. There's the hype sticker. And then they had this big zipper in Germany. Still works. And then if you open it up, you see the Andy Warhol portrait of the man in the underwear. It says Andy Warhol. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, they see it.
But that's the rumor is that's not Mick Jagger. That's a stand-in, a young guy stand-in that did the picture in the underwear.
Brad Parnell said yes. He said yep. $994.89 according to the inflation calculator.
All right, that's pretty close. One other thing I got in this week I thought was pretty amazing. The best stuff in a Salvation Army or Goodwill never goes out in the store. This came from Salvation Army on eBay in Florida.
What?
Somebody worked in the record business in the 1970s, brought all these 5 sealed promo albums into a Salvation Army. And I'm sure the employee that found these in the back room and then it went online probably got some kind of commission. You got a first press of Hey Jude, where Paul doesn't have his pants tinted yet. On the second pressing, he wanted them tinted so he stood out. It's got Apple on the back. And I'm sure it'll have Beatles again on the label. First press, 1970, Hey Jude. You got a sealed Beatles Story 2 LP set. You can tell it's a 70s pressing because it doesn't have a pasted on cover. You got original 1976 Rock and Roll Music 2 album set with the hype sticker. This foil cover, it's almost impossible to find in this condition after almost 50 years. because once you take that shrink wrap off, the foil just shows a lot of wear. You can still see the ring wear from the record right there. One of the weirdest Beatles covers ever made. I'm sure John Lennon wasn't too thrilled about this cover. Got a sealed yellow submarine. And you got a sealed Wings at the Speed of Sound. 1976 first press with the hype sticker there on it. It's when they were on tour, Wings Over America. But you can imagine I bought all 5 of these sealed albums from the Salvation Army on eBay for around $200. I thought that was a pretty good deal.
Brad Parnell said, I imagine that Frank got scratched.
No,
I imagine that foil got scratched.
a lot.
Oh, the this cover?
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as that shrink was off, there would just be, this would just turn into this extreme wear on the rub wear, ring wear on that foil cover. It's one of the most fragile covers ever made, besides the sticky fingers.
Nova's Nick said Frank, and then he put this emoji.
All right, Novus Nick, glad you checked in.
And
We
then
missed you.
KRWD said, wonder who punched.
Who hole punched?
Oh, these are promo.
Those should be locked up.
If they got punched, if they saying that whoever punched them should have been locked up, but you're saying they're promo. That's why.
Yeah, the people that work for the record companies will trade this with each other. Like the person who worked for Capitol or the person who worked for RCA, they would trade them back and forth. But they put promo holes in them so that they couldn't be returned and sold in a record store because at full price. That's why the hole was put in there. It couldn't be returned for credit. Back in those days, you could return defective albums for credit, where nowadays you can't. That's why every one of these had a promo hole. So somebody worked in the record industry, took all their old inventory, they took it to a Salvation Army and donated it. We didn't talk about the autographs.
KRWD said, oh, promo, okay, got you. And then Brad Parnell said, I had an album with not for sale promo only imposed on it that I bought at the Great Escape.
Yeah, in the 60s, they drilled a free on this side, little free holes or promo, the word promo. But in the 70s, they drilled these promo holes. It was easier to do that than to put the promo. But if you have a Beatles album with promo drilled in it or free, it at least doubles the value. Especially if you had a butcher cover. This is out of a 1982 BC-13 box.
Whoa.
And Tom Port from Better Records says this is his go-to as the best stereo audiophile pressing of Abbey Road that exists. I like the 1973 France contract pressing when Abbey Road was closed for renovations. But on his expensive system, he says the bass just sounds amazing on this Abbey Road pressing. And you know, Paul McCartney's bass really drove this masterpiece album, the last album they ever recorded. They went out with a bang. They knew when they were recording it, I'm pretty sure that it was going to be their last album.
What do you think when people paint the Beatles albums?
Paint.
Like people be painting them and making them look different.
The White Album,
What do you think
a
about
lot of people paint the White Album, make it look different.
do you think it's
I don't know. There's somebody in New York that has a whole collection, a whole little wall with all these different painted white albums.
Oh my
He
God.
thinks it's art. Got a couple white albums to show here that I haven't shown yet. Got this numbered 1969 pressing. I might have shown this last time. That has a spacer in it. It's rare. This was a spacer to protect the photos, and usually it was thrown away. It came in about 5 different colors at the factory, and sometimes it was left in the album. But it was put right on top of the photos to protect it from getting scratched inside the cover. So this spacer little piece of paper is worth quite a bit by itself. And how you know it's a 1969 pressing from the United Kingdom, it says on the bottom, copyright exists in all Apple recordings, any authorized broadcasting. Has to have that print on the bottom to know you have a 1969 pressing of a Beatles album. One more white album I got is a DMM from Germany. 1980s pressing that some people think is a real audiophile pressing, perfect condition. It says DMM right there on the record label. And it's got a number, you can hardly see it, but 141,030. In Germany, they numbered them all the way until the 80s.
Brad Purnell said, have you put anything new in the South Louisville Antique and Toy Mall lately?
Yes. I put some more 7-inch picture sleeves, Beatles picture sleeves from the 60s I put out there a few days ago. That's what I'm going to talk about, my purchase history to close us out. What's coming in for Saturday?
Let's hear it.
You're not doing autographs?
Oh yeah, autographs, and then we'll do the purchase history. Okay, I said in our little teaser that I talk a little bit about autographs. I've had 6 sets of original authentic Beatle autographs in my lifetime. I've sold 4 of them and still have 2 of them for sale. This is from 1963. It says, to Frank, best wishes, John Lennon, on one side. And then on the other scrapbook page, it's got George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and Paul McCartney. And it's got the COA from PSA DNA out there in Los Angeles. Roger Epperson is the one that signed this. And it says, best wishes, John Lennon, George Harrison, by Roger Epperson. So on autographs, about 90% of all Beatle autographs up on the internet for sale are not real, authentic. They're made by the road managers, the fan club secretaries, or people in Sweden that study those autographs for years to make a living off of it. And if you see a COA from Las Vegas or any of those tourist trap places, they're not the real deal. They're just making a COA so they can sell it at an inflated price. You only can trust Frank Casio as the premier authenticator. And then you got Perry Cox and the Johnson brothers out of Rockaway Records in LA, Wayne and Gary. And you got Paul Wayne in England. And then the PSA, Roger Epperson, Steve Grad, those experts. Those are the only ones you can trust on a COA on a set of Beatle autographs. All right, put that over there. All right, purchase history. I have it on a sheet. It's right here. What's coming in? Tomorrow I got a Magical Mystery Tour 1977 Germany pressing in excellent hardly played condition with a true stereo -1, -3. I bet I've sold 35 Magical Mystery Tour Germany pressings in the last 20 years. That is the ultimate audiophile pressing of any Beatles album to have. You must, if you have expensive stereo equipment, you definitely need the Germany true stereo pressing of Magical Mystery Tour. They asked for they weren't happy with the original cuttings, so they asked for new master tapes. And they put that together in '73, and then they used the same plates for all the late '70s. This is on Apple, the one I got coming tomorrow, but it sounds just as good as the 1973. I got a sealed Tattoo You from 1981 coming with the Rolling Stones, and it has the hype sticker for 2 songs, for Start Me Up and Waiting on a Friend. It's tough to find that sealed Tattoo You with the hype sticker for both those songs. And you know, I'm into hype stickers. That's where I got my name, Mr. STICKERMANIA. I have a 1977 Germany pressing of Revolver coming in tomorrow on an Apple label. And Andrew from Polygram Auctions said it is the best stereo pressing, audiophile pressing of Revolver that exists. I've had it like 5 times, and it does really sound amazing. I got a Rubber Soul 1965 UK loud cut -1, -1 coming in the next few days. And by Saturday, I'll have a Beatles Airflight red hat box case, vinyl, made out of vinyl. It's like a carrying case with a handle. I've had that several times. It only was made in black and red in 1964 by Airflight. But the zipper works all the way around. It's about this big. It's in pretty nice shape. Also, I got an I'll Cry Instead 1964, that red picture sleeve from the Beatles coming. It's a tough sleeve to find in excellent condition. And from Heritage Auctions on Friday, I'm scheduled to get the sealed BC13 that was pressed in Australia. It's got the titles. It's a little different than the ones in the UK. It has titles for all the albums on the back. The one in Australia. It's the only thing I won in the Heritage Auctions. I bet $20-some thousand, and I only won that one item for $800. And I have a huge 1964 to 1966 Beatles collection that was put together and put up on auction on eBay. Has like 300 items in it. It's got a 10 7-inch picture sleeve, and it's got the rare one for the VJ 1964 Christmas. We Wish You a Merry Christmas. It's one of the rarest Beatles picture sleeves there are. Not like Can't Buy Me Love, but it's still in nice shape. It'd be worth over $200. I have a 1965 and 1966 Beatles concert tour programs in the United States coming, and I need the 65 to put with my Shea Stadium ticket I showed in the last stream. I have a Help hardback souvenir book that was only sold at the when you went to see the Help movie in 1965. You could buy that in the lobby, the souvenir Help hardback book with all the color photos inside. And I got a real rare Hard Day's Night handbill coming in. The last one on eBay sold in rough shape, over $100, but this is in excellent condition. It's in the first page of these 2 scrapbooks I'm getting. It's 13 by 8 inches in size, and it's got cartoon figures of the Beatles. And it's a handbill for the movie Hard Day's Night, the premiere on August 12th of 1964. There's some pinback buttons in there. There's 30 trading cards from 1964, color and black and white. And there's even a Paul McCartney 1964 paint by numbers, completely painted in frame when you bought that kit. And I got that coming. That'll be pretty sharp to show on Saturday. That is what's coming in the next 2 days. And I will put some more from this huge collection. I'll put more out there at the Antique Toy Mall on Blue Lick here in Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to them. If they ever get a big Beatles collection, music memorabilia collection in that comes through the door, somebody wants to sell it, I'm the first one they call.
Bradford note said, hey, this isn't Saturday.
This is Wednesday.
Yeah.
We did it because we got those Koss headphones in it. I thought I couldn't wait
Yeah,
to show
they were cute.
pull those up one more time. The big deal of the week. Besides my Nimbus Supercut that's going out in the mail back to Minnesota. Pretty nice, pretty nice. All right, thanks for tuning in. And check back with us on Saturday, March. Where are we at? 9th? Saturday?
Yep. Wait.
Or 10? No, yeah,
10.
9th.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're doing that right before the time change. It'd be nice because where I work at the grocery store, the lights don't work, so the parking lot lights. So when we have the time change, it won't matter too much because it's not going to get dark till after 8 o'clock.
Daniel missed that you were sending the Nimbus back. He just asked about it.
The Nimbus Supercut, he gave me an offer as soon as he mailed it that he would give me a full refund if I didn't play it, and mailed it back to him. He had seller's remorse, and he wanted it back real bad, and I didn't reply. And then last night he threw in a bonus to, I won't say how much, but I made a profit and ended the listing, and it's going back to him. So I had it for I had it almost a week, the Nimbus Supercut, but I had to promise I wouldn't play it and professionally ship it back to him overnight express. Going back to the second, I was a third owner, he was the second owner, and he wants it back. He couldn't sleep at night because he sold his Nimbus Supercut. Well, I think I did the right thing, sending it back to him. Thanks a lot from Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks for checking in with us. See you next time.
Have a nice night.